Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're digging into some source material covering the Arena token. It's also called Alpha Arena.
Right.
And the review we looked at poses a pretty stark question. Is this project with its, really big claims actually legitimate? Or is there something else going on? Maybe something more like a scam?
Well, the core idea, the big selling point they push, is being the, and I quote, first benchmark designed to measure AI investing ability.
Okay.
And the crucial part is they say it uses real-world dynamic data. So not just theory, not backtesting, they're claiming real market action.
No, if they can pull that off, that's genuinely groundbreaking, isn't it?
It absolutely would be a huge step.
Okay, hang on. Real world data, real investing ability. How exactly does the source say they do that? What's the method?
So the methodology described is pretty direct. Each AI model gets $10,000.
Yeah.
Real money.
Wow, okay. 10 grand each.
Yep. And they all get the same prompts, same input data. It's a head-to-head test with actual cash on the line.
So it's basically a high-stakes public bake-off for investing AI. Which models did the source mention were involved?
Yeah, it's quite the list. They've got Cloud 4.5, DeepSeek V3, Charged Gemini, GPT-4, maybe even 5, they said, and Grow 4.
So big names and some maybe less-known ones.
Exactly. It's a mix. You have the big proprietary platforms, but also, importantly, some advanced open-source models in there, too. It suggests they're aiming for a really broad comparison, like a true battle of the AI investing approaches.
Okay, interesting. Now, what about getting involved? The source mentions something about a whitelist for users.
Ah, yes. There's an option to join a platform whitelist. It apparently gives you early access to a new model and 3 lead tools, whatever those are.
Right, but what did you need to provide? The source mentions specifics.
It did. And this is where it gets, well, a bit unusual for crypto, maybe. You need your email, name, and your phone number.
Phone number. Huh. For early access.
Yeah. Requiring that level of personal info, especially a phone number, which people guard closely just for early access. It does make you wonder a bit about their data collection strategy, kind of a high bar.
Okay, let's pivot a little. Where does the tech ambition meet the market reality? Talk about the token itself, Arena. What did the source say about its price?
Read the numbers. So the source reported a peak price of 0.041 cents. 4 cents, basically.
And currently, at the time of the review.
At that time, it was observed at 0.0085 falls, so significantly lower, less than a penny.
That's a pretty steep drop, over 80% from the peak. That screams volatility, doesn't it?
Definitely, and that context is key. Interestingly, the market sentiment listed was overwhelmingly positive 82% bull.
Okay.
But the other 18% was labeled pear. Now, that's probably just a typo or weird phrasing in the source. It almost certainly means bear.
Right. 82% bull, 18% bear. High bullishness despite that huge drop.
Which can sometimes point to a really skewed risk-reward situation. People still hoping for a rebound, maybe.
Could be. But despite the price action, the token is active, right? The
Yeah.
source mentioned holders and volume.
Yeah, it reported about 3,600 holders, 3.6K members. Not massive, but maybe dedicated.
And the volume?
That was notable. Huge volume transactions were apparently happening right before the review was done. Like within the last minute, even the last 9 seconds.
Wow. Very rapid trading.
It's the kind of activity you often see with these microcap tokens, especially on decentralized exchanges, the DEXs.
Speaking of which, where did the source say it was listed?
The names were Bank Mitra, BumpSwap, Bank K-Swap, and Uniswap V4.
Okay, so mostly DEXs then, not the big centralized players.
Exactly. That tells you liquidity is mainly in that DEX space, which, adds its own layer of risk and complexity for traders.
So pulling this all together, what's the picture? We've got this Arena token tied to a really ambitious, real money AI competition. But its market life seems to be playing out mostly on smaller DXs with high volatility and rapid trading. It's kind of a mismatch, isn't it?
It is a bit of a paradox. You have this grand technological vision, this AI benchmark idea, funded or represented by a token that behaves like a typical microcap altcoin.
So after looking at all that, what rating did the original reviewer actually give it?
They landed on a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Given the volatility in the DX listings, that feels maybe a little high.
Potentially. I suspect the rating reflects the novelty and the sheer, boldness of the concept, actually testing AI investing with real money. That is different.
Okay, fair enough. So that leads us to the final thought for you, the listener, to chew on.
Right.
If this token's whole value proposition is tied to successfully measuring AI investing skill, What happens to its value if the AIs, these highly touted models, actually fail the test? What if they all lose that $10,000?
Yeah, what does happen then is that fundamental risk, isn't it?
Yeah.
When an asset's value is linked directly to performance, you have to consider what happens if the performance just isn't there. Something to keep in mind with any AI crypto project, really.